Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
I don't know if any of you will still listen to my stories now that I'm, well, on my own. But just in case you will, I will share them as best I can. Right now I am in a place called Badger Creek with some new friends. We are trying to find a chaos gem to help with this weird problem of the different planes combining. I still don't really understand this convergence thing, but I mean, you are actual gods, so I'm sure you understand far better anyway. So far, we have found out that the local governor's daughter Isabel has gone missing since shortly after the chaos storm hit the town. It is very sad to be missing a family member like that. She has a sister, Allison. My heart breaks for her. She is an old friend of my new friend Soren's, apparently, so we are eager to help out as best we can. We looked around Isabel's room. Zara was so thorough and serious investigating for clues. She asked so many wonderfully good questions that I never thought of. She must be very well studied. It was very weird, though. She found some bloodstains on the windowsill, but she did not think it was blood. No one was worried about it at all. They said it was just mud or grease stains, but I know what I saw. I swear it. I feel much better to know that while Shaw could not see the blood either, at least he was able to smell it. He has the most powerful senses sometimes, and it can be very impressive, and today it was. He was able to follow a scent trail all the way to a hole in an alleyway near the parish ward that has been closed off because of the chaos storm. Shaw managed to force his way through into this weird tunnel, and then we found ourselves in some old catacombs. It was really creepy. We looked around and found this terrible creature. I remember an old story that my great-grandnan used to tell us about these creatures called the Thresh. It is a creature formed from animal spirits, I think unhappy ones. They form in desecrated areas. I tried to help my new friend stop this creature. It attacked us quite quickly, and I am so worried that it may be what harmed poor Isabel. You see, she worked at a store nearby the tunnel we found. I was not able to be much use to my companions in this fight, I am afraid. It seems without the rest of my caravan with me, I'm not much use for anything anymore. I am just lucky these new friends helped bring me back after the Thresh nearly killed me. They did not have to be so kind. I hope they will still want me to travel with them after this. Perhaps I can find a different way to make myself helpful. We still have to find some sign of Isabel in the catacombs to know for sure if we have solved her disappearance. I'd rather hope we haven't yet. I want to give her family some good news when we go back. And I hope my next story for you will have a happy ending. I hope that you will listen when I share it.
And we're live.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, all you creatures and special guest features, and welcome to the Chromatic Chimera, where the story is made up and the XP does not matter. Welcome back to WovenRealm. Things are fun. Things are wild. And thank you for joining us tonight. Joining me tonight is the wonderful cast here. AJ as Constance of Eternal Trust, the Azamar Paladin. Chris as Soren Silverthorn, the Half-Elf Bard. Sam as Stars of Emerald, a.k.a. Emmy, the Felper Monk. Noir as Shaw, the Dragon Spawn Fighter. And finally, Lucy as Azara, Solaris, the Half-Elf Cleric. I'm the one known as Puddins. You can call me Alex as well. I'm the dastardly GM as this wonderful eldritch-ish adventure for the time being. So, this is the third episode, A Song of Fractured Memories. Thank you for joining us, and we're excited to pick up right where we left off. Let's jump into it. So you're standing within the cathedral, victorious as this Thresh is kind of turning into a tree. A break in the clouds of the spitting rainstorm allows the warmth of the sun to grace the cathedral, shining almost like a beacon from the lion-hearted god of light himself, as if it was he who had returned to this temple. The sounds of trees rustling in the breeze is all you hear for a moment as the smell of rain fills the cathedral. Leaves, shimmering with a fey glow, fall from the rapidly grown branches of the thresh tree. Gathering around this now growing tree from the thresh's body, you notice the ethereal leaves form into ghostly animal spirits appearing around you as they hit the ground. Many of the animals are small, and most would be likely categorized as vermin. Mice, rats, stoats, badgers, birds, rabbits, moles, and the odd fox or jackal, maybe. When they speak as the Thresh, they speak in unison, and you are somehow able to understand the rousing chaos of animal noise forms, that the animal noises form into a dissonant chorus of ghostly voices. We apologize for our aggression.
Oh, that is quite alright, I suppose. Is this alright? I do not understand what is going on anymore.
We are the remaining spirits of animals that were consumed by a meager worm that has grown into what we call the aberration.
Is anyone else able to hear this, or is it still just me?
No, everyone else can now hear it. The chorus of animal noises. Constance has kind of returned vision to everyone else. These animals are all around you, and they're all speaking in that ghostly chorus of animal noises that you can understand.
Oh, while listening to this, Shaw's gonna kind of try and like slap Emmy awake a bit, like, "Hey, time to get up. You okay?"
They're unconscious still from the fight, so...
I mean, if Emmy comes, you can come too. I don't care.
Alright. Yeah, then they'll just sort of like shake their... I think they sort of like jerk sitting up awake when Shaw like shakes them, just like throwing a wild like haymaker. And it's just like, ah! Sorry, I didn't hit you, did I?
Oh, no. I learned after the first 3 times.
Oh, okay, sorry about that, What is going on?
Bugs talking.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you awake and you're surrounded by like these ghostly ethereal vermin that just are surrounding you around this like weird tree that's growing in the middle of this cathedral.
Emmy's trying to process if they just got like hit really hard in the head.
What is the aberration?
We do not understand what the aberration is, for its memories, our dreams of it become fractured and fragmented by the day.
Do you know where it came from?
We do not really understand such concepts. Perhaps you shall find the one who was driving the vessel that you call the Thresh.
Driving it?
She's still in the ward somewhere.
I'm very confused at the moment. Is anybody else confused?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
very confused. Somebody is driving this thing? Controlling?
The Thresh is us. But there was non-beast spirit within the Thresh. She still wanders this temple ground. For she too was prey for the aberration.
Oh my.
I do not like the sound of this.
No,
Nor do
me
I.
neither.
Nor should you.
Oh,
For the aberration consumes more than just the flesh. For our dreams are fractured and fragmented now.
that sounds most unpleasant.
Have you seen this woman before that was piloting the Thresh?
Of course. We all saw her at some point in life. She was... And all the animals kind of turn towards, like, a building that's in a window outside of the parish that's a bit ruined at this point. There, like the others who were interested in magic.
Yes, I'm gonna... Can I give them Isabel's description and see if it matches?
Sure.
Okay, I don't know her description, but...
Yeah, so Soren describes Isabella, the governor's daughter, and the animal spirits they kind of shudder for a moment, and then they're just... If you're concerned with your friend, and you're already searching for her, it's too late.
Oh my. That is not the answer that we were hoping for.
The aberration has consumed your friend most likely, meaning both the flesh and her memory.
Her memory. What do you mean by that?
We are not absolutely certain, but our memories of the aberration are fractured and fragmented as well. We were going to attempt to hunt this beast before the last of our dreams of it faded, but you have made sure our hunt would not be successful. So now, it is up to you. You must stop the aberration.
Oh. Well, sorry about that. Do you know where this creature hides or has its lair?
And they all kind of shake their heads. No. It hides itself from sight and memory. What's up?
Kind of cute when they do it all in unison, I'm just saying.
I wasn't going to say it.
And the animals kind of begin dispersing. They're kind of starting to run out of the cathedral and into the parish grounds. As they're kind of taking their leave after they kind of say, well, it's up to you now. And the light in the tree kind of begins, the light in the skull of the tree fades. And the last of the sunlight kind of streams into the cathedral, disperses the fog, and that sense of dread that you felt leaves the cathedral. And for a moment, the rain has paused, but it will continue again. At this point, if you feel like looting the battlefield before continuing, you may do so, my dear friends.
Oh, you know that's what I'm about. So let's see if there's anything good in here.
All right.
Can I take some time and spend a recovery?
Yeah, you sure can do that if you'd like. Sure. Nora, roll a D100 for me.
Ooh, okay, I like that. I mean, roll it here. 84.
80. Oh, so you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it to you because it's so close. You were like one off. All right.
I don't know what's happening.
So you're kind of poking around the ruins, or at least this battlefield that with the strewn about pieces of ornamental armor, and this thresh tree. And you notice one of the roots of the tree has kind of grown around one of these ornamental shields, and these thorns are kind of growing out of the shield. And the shield is also it also appears to be adorned with 2 large antlers. And it's almost as if like embossed on the shield, or like it's kind of like sculpted into the shield, is the skull of a stag, very much affiliated with Threshes as they're considered creatures of Marlfax. So this is definitely a really cool looking shield. It's like a silver shield, but it's covered in like this wood and bone and little bits of fur kind of hang off of it as well. There's a big like fur hide bit that hangs off the side of it. And you gotta kind of just get this feeling like, yeah, it's a good shield.
Hey, it's a buckler. I'ma keep it.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, buckler's like a shield and a
I
buck.
see what you did there.
Yeah.
It was good.
Thank you.
And he's like lying on the ground, smelling like, good one. Doing deep breathing exercises.
Anyone else who scrounges around, you'd be able to find, the whole party would be able to find 100 silver pieces worth of scrap metal from the ornamental suits of armor.
Ooh.
So just going to the market, you'd easily find someone who'd buy the, silver, like, scrap metal. Like, there'd be someone who'd buy metal.
Alright, who wants to be the one to keep track of our party crap this campaign?
Not I.
I'll do it.
I am the worst at that.
I got it.
Shouldn't be
Don't
trusted with
make
that.
me do that right now.
I got it.
You're a hero, Chris. Yay, Chris.
Alright, well, I just note the shield. Shaw doesn't know what it is yet.
I wrote down it's the buckler.
The buckler. Alright.
Love it.
Azar,
Oh, go ahead.
Azar's not actually going to loot or search anything. She's going
Okay.
to find a quiet corner,
Oh no.
sit down, and reflect on her life choices. Because that was a very bad experience all around for her.
Sure it was.
Yeah,
You
Soren
remember.
similarly is not in this room anymore. He's like just gonna go sit by himself for a bit.
Yeah, if you recall, she attempted to cast a spell and rolled a natural 1 and nothing happened. So it's a bad day.
Oof.
Because God didn't answer.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's the first time in her life, probably, she's called out for the Astral Star and they haven't answered, so...
Alright,
That's rough,
so...
buddy.
Yeah, sure is. So, how... Are Constance and Shaw spending any time next to each other at all?
Yeah,
Just curious.
I'd imagine we're the only ones doing the looting at this
yeah,
point. So.
Constance has no qualms about looting.
Alright, so...
She,
well, you two...
she needs
go
money
ahead.
for the mission.
So, you two, as you're kind of, like, picking up scrap metal together, there comes a point where you kind of both kind of stand up, look at each other, and... so... Okay, here we go. Shaw, you notice Constance, her armor's covered in green scales as you're kind of looking at her, and she's almost radiant, glowing a soft greenish yellow color.
I know you glow.
Oh, what do you mean by glow?
You're glowing green.
Oh, yes, I do believe I emit a very faint light sometimes.
Shaw, you notice Devil in its scabbard kind of is humming a wee bit.
He just pulls out his sword.
When you
Hey.
pull it,
Ain't for you though.
when you pull out, it kind of gives off like it gives off like this like stinging, sizzling sound as you pull the sword off, and you notice it's wreathed in like this shimmering copperish green color. When you pull it out, it's kind of like dripping green from it.
Well, heck, that's new. I'm
Might I help you with something?
I think there's an idea that's starting to try and come out, but I don't. It's having a hard time working its way out the old brain.
Oh, okay.
I think your glow made my sword hum.
Oh. Shall... Is that a sentient sword?
Not that I can recall.
It should not hum.
It ain't never hum before.
Oh, is it one note, or is it maybe a tune? Would I perhaps recognize it?
Hold on, let me give it a listen. Listen to it.
Or the classic future.
No.
And you'll notice, like, if you two kind of like step away from each other, the effect stops on the sword respectively and on Constance respectively.
Oh.
I'm a bump up to you. Nothing weird. No, not trying to be rude or nothing. Just get in your business real quick.
That is. I understand. That is fine.
He's just like standing right next to her with the sword in his hand, look like very clearly not pointed at her. Just
Shaw, your vision for a second is kind of goes blurry, and you are now not yourself. You're flying through the air for but a brief moment on large wings, and you return back to the parish, and you're looking at Constance again.
From the parish. Am I able to retain the memory enough to describe the parish? Like, do I describe what I see? Alright, so I'm seeing... Alright, so I'm flying. And I'm landing on a parish. I think that's what it is. It's like a little place. It's grass. And then I'm looking down at you.
Constance is green. Her skin's now green in your vision when you're flying.
And your glow has gone all up in your skin now, and then now your skin's all green.
My skin is green.
Yep. I don't know what none of this is weird.
Does my skin look green?
No, it does not. Shaw is not seeing the same thing you are.
Perhaps I am suddenly colorblind. My skin does not appear to be green.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm actually flying. I mean, a man can't fly. So it must be some kind of weird vision thing. I walked up to you, and my eyes got all blurry.
Oh, you are having a vision. That makes sense.
Is that what this is?
Perhaps. It would explain why you are, in fact, not flying, and my skin is not green.
Oh, Constance. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Constance, at this point, give me a skill roll, intelligence or wisdom, based off of, like, religion stuff, your religious stuff.
Okay.
This would mainly pertain to your understanding of the goddess Phyla.
Okay, so we'll say intelligence, and can I add evangelist?
Sure, it's your religion.
Yeah. 22.
All right, Constance. You understand a lot of the stories of Phyla. After all, Phyla's is she not the patron goddess of eternal trust?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mother Superior told you stories that Phyla was a great goddess, and so great was she that Tiamat herself gifted Phyla her own personal dragon to serve as her mount. And that dragon is the dragon spirit Venoserpentix. Venoserpentix is the dragon spirit of... Glad I have those notes up. The green dragon spirit of decay, jealousy, and intoxication. Venoserpentix is said to have been the last of the Tachesis born from Tiamat's blood. The Tachesis is something, Constance, you do not understand. Often seen as the most antagonistic of the Tachesis, Venoserpentix is depicted as the draconic mount for Phyla.
So, do I maybe appear as a dragon to you?
Well, I think I was flying, and I think I saw you flying too, but I could be mistaken.
Perhaps it was a vision of Phyla, the patron goddess of eternal trust. She is known to, I believe, ride on a green dragon.
I don't know why, but that upsets me.
I do not know why either. But, if it upsets you, we can stop talking.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. My sword ain't never hung before, and I figured maybe it might be able to do some other stuff, and it seems to be attached to you for something. Here, hold it.
Oh, okay. I will take the sword and just, hold it like this.
The sword stops humming when Shaw hands it to you.
Oh my, did I break it?
Nah, I think I can still kill with it.
Oh, fantastic.
Alright, I'm gonna take it back now.
Okay. That is okay. I prefer my big sticks anyway.
Alright. So, Soren, as you go to kind of kick it by yourself, you notice the Thresh left its lantern on the ground, and your boot hits it. And the lantern still kind of has the ethereal green glow. It seems like it's still slightly functioning.
I'll pick it up. I like lanterns.
Alright, so you take... and it looks like this lantern, the otherworldly lantern, has a jagged and twisted design and appears to be made out of some strange burnt metal. It appears to be a corrupted version of the Cathedral Lionheart lanterns.
Okay, does it seem magical at all? Or just, cursed? From Thresh?
From you're a bard, you're well traveled, and you've dealt with such things. This is certainly magical in nature. To what degree, you're not sure. That would require an intelligence roll plus your background, if you have that applicable background.
Let's see what my background
to do what I call an appraisal check.
Yeah, I don't really have one, and I'm not the smartest chap, so I will save it till later and let the party examine it.
Alrighty. And Izara, you're sitting quietly in your corner, contemplating faith, life decisions. What exactly are you thinking about at this moment?
She's hunched over in a ball. She's fished out a pendant from under her shirt, and she's kind of clutching it. I mean, she's just kind of reeling because she was down to 2 hit points, so she almost died. She was in the clutches of an enemy, and she reached out to her god, and she was abandoned. And she's like, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong in this? What did I do to cause the Astral Star to abandon me? Or is this part of the plan? It must be part of the plan. It has to be part of the plan. I just don't know why yet.
Okay.
Must be a reason.
While you're contemplating, thinking about reasons, you can't help, just for some reason, the image of a stony hand crosses through your mind. Hard to explain why. Maybe it's the gods talking to you. Maybe it's just the sadness.
Weird images like that kind of flicker through her mind all the time, so it's probably not new.
So you can assign that whatever level of meaning you should so desire. Is Emmy doing anything fun while everyone's kind of doing their little recovery bit?
Not like super exciting, honestly. Emmy is sort of taking their time getting back on their feet. Like if anybody's nearby, you can legitimately hear joints sort of cracking as they're like getting back up and sort of stretching out. And they're kind of just feeling embarrassed about getting knocked out twice in a row now in front of everybody. It's not their best track record. So I think they're actually kind of just sheepishly like poking around, not really looking for loot, but like trying to feel like they're still useful.
All right. So you all eventually can finish up with your post-battle activities, and then that's where I'll turn it to you to decide and make your next move.
Okay.
In 13th Age, is there anything like attunement?
I mean, I'm going to be applying a sort of attunement type rule, but it's not in the rule book specifically.
Okay. Then, so all he's going to be doing is just kind of focusing on his sword and the shield now, because they're both, well, the shield is new, so that's weird, and the sword is active funny, so he's going to focus on that too.
Alrighty. So, go ahead.
I'm gonna go out and kind of collect myself and come back in after a few moments of just kind of feeling sorry for myself, and then walk in and be like, all right, we still need to find Isabel. I don't care what some random forest creature said.
That's quite correct. We can't just leave her.
I agree.
Azara will jump up, kind of stuff her pendant back down her shirt.
Where should we go to next?
Well, we could always go to the marina.
That is possible. I mean, if
The animals said that the spirit was still here.
Anybody got a way to find it?
I do not.
Well, they
We were
pointed
just
out the
asking
window.
for suggestions.
Didn't they point out the window towards another house on a hill or something?
They said it was still in the ward.
Oh.
I can show you on the handy-dandy map I have. We are on in the Roll20 page what building the Thresh was pointing at, and that would be building number 37.
Down at the bottom left.
Bottom left, number 37.
I say that's where we go first.
Is it fair to assume that this is where the Order of the Weave was before their building blew up?
Soren, you could easily recognize the Order of the Weave architecture. There might be like some paraphernalia or something that gives it away as an Order of the Weave building.
Yeah, I was just going off the Thresh saying like magic users used to be there. But yeah, I think that this is just my opinion. I want to find her faster than anybody probably, but I think that in our current state we all look a little roughed up and we could probably use some rest before we head headlong into another building. If we do want to check out the marina, I'm not opposed to it.
Well, marina's the best chance for us to get into another scrap, so I'm ready for it.
I'm reluctant to abandon this mission in the middle of it.
Well, do you know how to continue it?
Yes, we go to that building.
Yes,
Alright.
but it is maybe not the best idea to do that at this very moment. And Constance will kind of gesture over to Emmy, who is in obviously very rough shape.
A little bit of time to rest would be helpful. If we are pursuing an aberration creature that, eats things, I would like to be a little bit more at the top of my game, but I know we are also sort of pressed for time. I could go to the marina with Constance.
Well, we can always split up, Me, Constance, and
Right.
Emmy head to the marina, and
I'm
you
not
two
in
can-
favor of splitting up. The star brought us together for a reason.
Then it looks like you're coming to us with the marina.
Very well. The marina first, but we should be quick.
All right, then.
Perhaps we will find some more clues, too.
And maybe there'll be another fight.
Alrighty. So, when you leave the parish ward, it's like, let's see. Do-do-do-do. Sorry, I got a lot of notes. Let's see.
And I'll do a lay on hands for Emmy. Constance will come give like Emmy a big hug, all excited that they're coming to the marina with her. And when you get that hug, you get to use one of your recoveries.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Constance.
Yes. You are welcome. Is it a good hug?
Yes, that was quite warm and wonderful. Thank you.
Alright, as you're heading out of the cathedral and you're exiting, it's about mid to late afternoon. It's still kind of spitting rain outside, and you make your way through the streets. Do you leave the parish ward out the gate?
Yeah, I think we should go out the front door.
Alright. So you don't have a key because you didn't enter through the gate, so you'd have to like knock on the back of the gate to have, and you just hear what the?
Look, I do not
Thresh
want
is
to.
dead. Open up.
I do not want to climb out the hole.
So these two, oh yeah, you're covered in mud right now. I forgot about that.
I do not want to climb back out the hole. Please let us out.
So these two Iron Order individuals, they're opening the door, and it's Freya and Franz again. She's just kind of like, what are you doing in the parish ward? I thought I told you weren't supposed to be in there.
I'm just gonna show him the certification and just walk past him.
Oh, I had
It is okay. We have permission. I do not know why we crawled through the hole to get inside, but we have permission.
Sure. Yeah, I see that. That is definitely the governor's seal. I hope your expedition into the parish ward was successful.
I am unsure.
Shaw's just gonna get in their grill and go, I heard what y'all do to Faye.
And Freya does not back down despite Shaw obviously being larger than her. She gets up in your grill and she's just like, I'm just here because my boss told me I need to be. I didn't go in there and fight anything. I haven't really read any reports. I've been on a personal assignment.
They're up in arms because of your kind.
Well,
Act right.
Then perhaps bring it up with the...
Oh, go ahead.
Perhaps bring it up with the Grandmaster, then. I'm not the one who makes these decisions, sir.
He's gonna go, if I have to, I'll straighten him out, too. Treat Faye right.
Give me a nice intimidation type roll here. You can use strength if you like, because you're
okay. I'm not fucking with Roll20 because Roll20 has been fucking me in every show that I've been in.
It's okay. You have Shaw dice now.
Yes, I've got my beautiful Shaw dice.
-1.
Alright, here we go. Beautiful Shaw dice.
Minus the one I forgot to put in the bag.
No, it's fine. That's a 19 plus. I'm gonna do natural predator.
Sure.
So 22.
All right, she'll back off a little bit, and she'll just be like, "Look, I'm sorry. I know I didn't agree with their decision to go in guns a-blazing, but they made that decision. I'll be sure to bring it to my Grandmaster's attention. And thank you for helping us."
And then it's just gonna walk off.
And she actually, like, because Azara is like you know, one of the people who knows how to socialize in this group. I hate to ask this of you, but you're travelers, right?
Yes.
So my name, I said, is Freya Vargenhelm. And what's yours again?
Azara Solaris.
Azara Solaris. That is a very lovely name. Sounds very Higardi. Definitely very Higardi. And you know, from Freya's accent and her name, the way she dresses, she's not from around here. I would hate to ask of this, but have you by chance seen my brother. His name is, or heard of him at least, or heard about him. I've been looking for him for some time now, and I just didn't know, perhaps you are travelers, and if you're well-traveled, perhaps you've heard of him or seen him.
What's his name?
Vercingetorix Vargenhelm.
I'm afraid not. I don't recognize that name.
You can't blame a lass for trying, can you?
Certainly not. But I'm afraid I took a rather direct route to my destination.
Well, that's okay. But if by chance you do end up coming across him, he's not hard to miss. He's a very purple dreadborn. He's very difficult to miss. If we cross paths again and you've seen him in your travels, if you could point me in the right direction. As I said, I haven't seen him in 5 years, and that's why I'm out here.
I'll remember that.
Thank you. And she gives a deep bow. And if there's anything that I can do for you, just let me know.
Thank you.
And you begin making your way. You're walking past the governor's manor towards a bridge that'll take you to the islands that make up this town as well. And you're kind of making your way past the market, and that Soren, you hear a woman's voice. Let me get back to my notes here. And you just hear, what is Soren Silverthorn doing so far from Maywood? Surely you haven't taken up being a troubadour at the Dancing Cat.
I will turn around to reveal another person who seems to know me in this town.
A striking woman with a lavender skin and cyan eyes that seem to glow is looking at you. Her hair is azure, and the ends are in these cyan and violet tips. She wears a simple purple traveling robes and walks as if she steps on the breeze. Despite her seeming excitement, her voice is calm and reserved. She has a natural allure to her, a sort of charm about her. She's able to captivate those who see or hear her in an indiscernible way. Like, you notice even when she's talking to you, everyone's kind of looking at her, like, taking a moment, like, take in who this person is. I will let you decide. Do you know who this person is?
I think it'd be funnier if I didn't.
Sure, then you don't know who it is, then.
Awesome. Oh, hello, you. It's been some time since we've seen each other. How fares things?
Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. We've never actually met, sir.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
She holds out a hand. Violetta of Seleucia at your service.
Soren Silverthorn, it's an absolute pleasure.
I must apologize. I know we haven't actually met, but I was fascinated by some of the stories you told while you were at the Weave campus in Maywood.
Yes, I do have a lot of stories to tell, I guess.
You know, I've heard so much about you, and, I just never imagined I'd run into someone like you. Such a fantastic storyteller. Such a drab place like Badger Creek, really.
Do I get, thief vibes from this individual?
Give me, an insight type check.
Yeah, is she trying to steal from me? Can I use well-connected?
Sure.
I don't know if that really counts, but... Oh, that's a ton. Holy. I'm at 23.
It doesn't seem like she's trying to, she's not a pickpocket, and she does seem genuine in that you do fascinate her, and that she is interested in you. That is genuine, for sure. She's not trying to steal from you, but you can also tell, why is this person who's never really met me just stopping me on the street in the middle of fucking Badger Creek?
Right. Well, what's the name of the tavern we're at right now?
The Dancing Cat.
Thank you. Well, if you stick around the Dancing Cat, perhaps you'll hear my stories tonight. We are on a bit of a clock, though, today, so I'm so sorry to take a leave.
No worries at all. I couldn't help but notice you were coming from the parish ward, and that's why I'm here, too. So I would love to discuss at the Dancing Cat, perhaps tonight, then. Drinks are on me. And she gives, a slight smile.
Well, how could I say no to that? I wouldn't be the gentleman I am if I turned that down. So I will be there. Like I said, we have a few things to take care of. This is my adventuring party.
Oh, I see. And she kind of just like hands a bag to Constance to hold for a moment.
Yeah, she's very good at that.
Constance takes it and holds it, looking confused but not protesting.
Would she be able to help me? I have a lot of stuff that I brought with me from the academy that I would need help bringing to the inn. Could you be of assistance, my dear?
Oh, Constance, really, you got to develop a backbone. This is getting kind of sad.
Oh, do you need help? Because I suppose I could help if,
I'm afraid we're in a hurry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not... Soren, are you not in charge here?
No, we're all equal here. We're,
oh, I'm so sorry. Sorely mistaken.
Oh, I thought Soren was in charge.
Excuse me, the
Soren is
Tens
not
are
in
talking,
charge
dear.
here.
Oh.
We're all Tens here, Violet. I'll see you at 9.
Okay, I will see you at the Dancing Cat, sir. And she'll give like a little wave.
Mara's
and...
gone. She rolled her eyes and walked away.
I am rather confused by that interaction.
She was insulting you, Constance.
Oh, did I do something to offend her?
No, dear. Sometimes we just meet cruel individuals in the world. Not everyone is as polite as these 3. Shouldn't count myself, but...
My Mother Superior did warn me that there would be people who did not wish me the best.
Yes, I'm afraid that probably won't be the last time we see her either. If she's from my home city, I suppose I at least owe her a drink to catch up on whatever she is inquiring about.
Understood.
You gotta just stop taking bags. Like, when people toss you bags, you can put them down.
But it would be rude to drop it.
Well, it's room for them to just kind of toss it at you, don't you think?
Well, I did not say that I would not take their bag, so
But
I mean,
you
I
didn't
can
offer
understand
either.
how they would assume that I would.
Why would they assume that? That's not something most people who are polite assume.
I figured it was just a custom I was unaware of.
I've lived in Maywood my entire life, not accustomed there. I normally lie, I swear. I'm gonna tell you now, most of the things I say are lies, but this is not.
Oh. That is good to know.
I'm sorry she did that to you. And I will take my bag back from Constance and walk away.
Has Constance been carrying your bag for a long time?
Yep.
In my head canon, yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we never said I gave it back, so or that he took it back.
Up every morning and dropping it off.
So mean. It's so mean,
It's my
but
character, not me, I swear.
We're all Tens here, guys.
we're all Tens here. It's
Oh,
okay. We're all Tens. Alright, I'm trying to adjust my
God.
volume. Sorry, everyone. I've been messing with the settings lately. Alright, we'll see how that goes. Alright.
I mean, I just assumed that I helped Soren carry his bag because we are all special. We are all clairvoyants, so we must all help each other to the best of our ability.
Next time somebody just randomly tosses you a bag, you should tell them to kiss my grits and drop the bag.
Well, that might be extreme.
You could at least put it down. You know, you don't have to do everything that's they ask of you.
So, you are
Unless you want
telling
to.
me. So you are telling me to not do what other people tell me.
Not all the time.
Oh no, this is gonna go into a circle. I can feel it.
But I should listen to you.
Oh no, see, here we go.
Not all the time.
You don't have
Not all the
to.
time.
If it feels right in your gut, have you ever heard a decision and had this like visceral feeling deep from within that that's the right thing to do?
Going on this mission.
Yes, that. So that can be your golden standard for smaller decisions you make along the mission.
Okay, where should we go?
We're going to the marina, I thought.
Good. Shall we?
Yep.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to mess with my volume stuff. So you make your way making your way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and we're homebound. All right, so you make your way through town. You go through the fishing village. You bypass the mill, the lighthouse, the tickled crayfish clubhouse, and you find yourselves back at the marina that you had arrived in. Was it the previous day? Man, we haven't been that long. So you arrive at the marina. It's I don't know. I'm not gonna get into some flowery description. It's a boat parking lot. You know, ships come. There's definitely warehouses all lining the marina for ships to drop off goods, as Badger Creek is very much still very trading town as well. You know, there's a ferry port, and there's, you know, ports for other traveling ships that make their way up and down the river that utilize this Albion River to get to and from Maywood. You can go inside the main building of the marina. It's decorated cutely, definitely got a nautical theme to it. So, and behind the desk is this elven woman. She's kind of managing a ledger. She's older for an elf, something that's not necessarily common to come by these days, or just in general. Coming across older elves seems to always be an odd thing for people. And she kind of looks up and she's like, "Welcome to the Blackwell Marina. How may I be of service to you today?"
Yes, we are here to inquire about a missing shipment from Eternal Trust.
"Oh, it's not missing. It's been waiting in the warehouse. I thought Sister Tranquility was going to come pick it up. That was, last week."
You mean she did not accompany the shipment?
Well, she did, but we had to store the shipment because they still needed to obtain payment from the shop.
I am confused. Please tell me what the next step is.
Well, if you're with Eternal Trust, I can sign over the shipment to you.
Oh, but
Are you not here to deliver it to the tailor?
I suppose I could.
Okay. And she kind of starts jotting down some notes. "And what's your name, darling?"
I am Constance of Eternal Trust.
"Constance, I could tell. It's the outfit that gives it away." Starts scratching down. "Should I just bill the storage fees to Mother Superior?"
Is that how it is usually done?
That's usually how it's done. Mother Superior just has me bill her directly.
Then yes, I do believe that is correct.
And that would suggest that Mother Superior has business affiliations with people in the world, for those who are paying attention and understand the business world. And so, signs a bunch of stuff, hands you some papers, asks, sign here, 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 and here. All right.
Do you happen to know where Sister Tranquility is?
So, they did it. I'm surprised. They were staying in town. I thought they were supposed to be coming to pick up the shipment. I was they were gonna come release it to Miss Grandale, but I guess they just maybe Miss Grandale didn't have the payment.
But it is being billed directly to Mother Superior.
Just the storage fees. We have to.
Oh.
We charge people to store things here.
Yes. But the tailor is waiting on the shipment.
Oh, really? Well, then a good thing you're here. Then hands you a big old placard with a piece of paper on it, and that's yours. Give that to the man in front of the warehouse, and we'll release the materials to you. Are they all gonna help you, or are you gonna need a shipping team?
I suppose a shipping team.
All right.
We can help. I'm not sure how big this shipment is.
I am not either, which is why I am worried.
I'll help.
What was it? The payment that Miss Grandale owed, and it's about market value 1,500 silver pieces worth of materials in that warehouse.
Well, good lord. I mean, that's certainly silver.
Does Emmy know enough just about shipping stuff to tell if we would need more people for that?
Oh, you're gonna need people.
Okay. And I'm like, that is actually quite a lot. We might need some more hands.
Yes.
At least a wheelbarrow or two.
Yes.
You'll probably need a wagon.
I believe with the you can add that to the charges for the storage fees.
All right, I'll put that down on advance charges for Mother Superior then.
Oh, she will not be pleased to hear this.
Oh, Mother Superior has no problem. She always pays her advance charges on time.
I know that she does. She does a wonderful job and does a very and is very understanding, but this will disappoint her greatly.
If someone wants to give like an insight type roll on the marina, the manager.
Sure. I don't think I'm gonna be much help, but
17?
Okay.
oh boy.
14.
Using natural predator.
I got a 18. Plus my wisdom, which is 0.
And a
Can I
15.
add my crafts of the caravan background
Sure.
for merchant stuff.
Mm-hmm.
22.
All right, I think Emmy got the highest one on that roll. Emmy, from your dealings with merchants, you know the merchant's favorite strategy is to just pin it on the other person. Like it's all their fault why this shit just sat here. This is a classic warehouse strategy. Blame it on them and charge them for the storage.
Right. Okay. But it's also like doesn't seem like anything more nefarious.
It's not necessarily nefarious, but it's definitely like there's something that's not being shared on the marina side of the business dealing.
Right.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Emmy will just be like, if you don't mind, when exactly was the last time that you saw somebody about this shipment?
Well, this shipment in particular, like I said, last week is when they arrived, and okay, fine. The reason the shipment didn't get out, it wasn't necessarily Miss Grendale's fault, totally. We've been, and she kind of leans over the counter, a little short-staffed lately.
Oh, is there something like an illness or something that's leaving your crew short-handed?
Well, it seems to be. I keep mixing up the schedule or something. It's really hard to explain. Like, I'll write in someone's name, and then someone will be like, oh, they went to go work at a dock in Maywood last week. And I'll be like, oh, no one told me. So then we're just getting a lot of holes in this schedule that weren't there before. And it's kind of a little hard on business lately, if I'm going to be honest. Tell you what, I'll waive the storage charges, and I'll throw in the shipping crew for free. And we can just forget this little mishap ever happened.
Well, I think that is most generous.
Oh,
Constance?
Mother Superior will be so pleased. Thank you so much. Our finances are always so tight. You know, we are just a small commune, and we just do our best to make the best fabrics that we can.
Mm-hmm, sure, honey. So anyway, actually, if you are interested in looking into this, if you could for me, I know you're busy people, but if Eternal Trust isn't the only one getting all right, so, and she kind of flips over the ledger and shows it to you. So I scheduled Mr. Bunden Welkshins and Miss Chartreuse Onion Powder, and where are they? They're not here, so...
These are employees of yours?
Well, they were, at least, until they decided not to show up for work.
Oh, well, that's very unprofessional. Surely, yes, I mean, if we hear anything while we are, looking into this other issue with the shipment, I'll be more than glad to let you know. You have no idea, there are no sort of, notices from these employees who have left or anything?
No, but then someone will say, oh, maybe they did and you just missed it. But I, sure, a Blackwell, do not miss anything. I might be an elf getting up there in the years, but I'm still observant.
Oh yes, I'm sure, you're very keen-eyed. Alright. Well,
Look,
we appreciate your time.
Of course, and if you have any other questions, you can always talk to my husband, Commodore Blackwell. He's always around the marina. He's always pointing a ship somewhere or helping someone get out of a hard spot. Warehouse number 28, and she kind of points down the marina.
Oh, yes, fantastic. Shall the crew meet us there?
You can just, don't worry about it. It'll get shipped over to the tailor. You just go pick up your payment from Miss Grendale before she forgets.
Okay. And you have no idea where Sister Tranquility is?
Look, they came in on a ferry. They were supposed to be coming in, and they didn't come in. I don't know where they went. Perhaps they really just enjoyed the dancing cat and just didn't leave. I don't know. You'll have to look into that yourself. I'm sorry, dear.
The dancing cat.
That's where everyone stays.
Yes. I hope she has not lost her way.
Well, wait, you Eternal Trust are more humble types. Perhaps she stayed in the Badgerpaw Apartments. Those are usually somewhere where someone might stay for a cheap penny.
Yes, we will look there as well. Thank you ever so much.
Of course. I'm sorry about your missing fellow faithful.
We can only hope that she remains so. Anyway, we shall be on our way.
All right.
And Constance will, I don't know, just start walking away.
All right.
Just
so,
kind of like, she just picks a direction and starts walking
Emmy
until someone
will
tells her to turn around.
Help try to like guide her where she needs to go in the marina, because Emmy would know a bit about navigating places, or at least who to ask.
So you make your way down this walkway. There's just warehouses that kind of are on the water's edge that line the whole thing up and down. You see ships loading and unloading here. All sorts of marina workers, dock workers aiding around the marina. And then you make it to warehouse 28. You've got a shipping. They're already moving textiles out of there, and there's a good chunk of textiles in this warehouse. There's quite a bit in here. So there was definitely going to be some money to be made for Eternal Trust off of this shipment. And they're like, oh, even some of the workers are like feeling like the fabrics and stuff, like, damn, that's soft.
Check out that thread count. All right, yeah.
So, Constance was just like, she's like, okay, I am leaving this conversation. So she was just physically leaving. She didn't know what else to do. So she's just waiting for someone to decide what happens next.
Well, if that situation is resolved.
The shipment is resolved, but the other matter is not. But that is not my place to solve that issue. That is the Eternal Trust's job.
Is it out of character for your sister to not check in?
Our merchants check in very regularly. It is unusual for someone to have gone missing without there being a reason. Especially for someone
concerned?
to just drop the shipment and leave. Yes, of course I am very concerned for her safety, and I hope that she is okay.
Would you like to investigate?
No, that it is not my place, but thank you for your concern.
Very well.
That is a job for the Society of Protectors. That is their reason for existing.
The Society of Protectors?
Yes, they are like guards, or enforcers, protectors of Eternal Trust. It is something that people may choose to go into if they wish. If they do not, they do not have to. They can stay as farmers, or they can leave the commune if they so desire, or they can become merchants, or they can learn to weave. But joining the Protectors is one of the options.
And they investigate the disappearance of members?
That is not their only job. They protect the commune. They protect Mother Superior. They protect all of us, and they typically accompany merchants. But I do not know. Maybe who was accompanying Sister Tranquility, or it is very unusual. But I am sure that they will find her.
Right.
All right, so where to next then? Where is the general direction feeling?
I mean, Azara still wants to go check out the Order of the Wheat building.
Okay. What's the rest of the party?
I agree.
Okay. Anything else from anyone else before we backtrack?
I probably would have just laid back a bit to reprimand the storage person about trying to swindle his friend. But other than that, that's it.
You give them the business about trying to stick that storage fee on you guys. Constance, are you going to stop by the tailor at all to pick up your payment for Eternal
yes,
Trust?
Obviously. I need to do that right away.
All right, so we'll say you make that stop on the way over to the parish. The town's kind of got a nice circular pattern to it. Mm-hmm. So you'll stop by the tailor, and she will thank you profusely for getting the shipment to her, and you will be paid handsomely for your efforts. Okay. 1,500 silver pieces to you, Constance.
All right, how do I deposit that immediately into their, accounts?
You'd have to find a bank.
Okay, I need a bank.
There is not one in Badger Creek here.
Why not?
Because Badger Creek's not a large enough place to warrant a bank. Unfortunately.
How do I send the money then?
No, you gotta hold on to it.
Ugh, I don't want to.
Where's Venmo, Alex?
Where's Fantasy Venmo? They have choo-choo trains.
For that.
Deposit money.
Deposit, withdrawal.
Okay, so how much was this? You said
1,500.
100. Okay.
150 gold pieces for the children at home.
For Eternal Trust. Okay.
Yeah, you have fun. Let that temptation burn a hole in your pocket.
Oh, Constance will not be tempted.
No, but the rest of the party will be, because that's 1,500 smackers in the old bank account.
Azara won't be tempted.
Yeah, have you met this party? Maybe, I can't speak for Soren over there, but...
Alrighty.
I'm pretty used to being poor.
Alright, so what we'll do is, as the party makes their journey back to the parish ward, we'll jump to a quick break here, allow our players to stretch their legs. And why don't you, audience, take some time, stretch your legs, hydrate a wee bit. Thank you all for joining us tonight as we continue to investigate just what weird things are going on in Badger Creek. We'll be right back, and stay classy until we're back.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
I don't know if any of you will still listen to my stories now that I'm, well, on my own, but just in case you will, I will share them as best I can. Right now I am in a place called Badger Creek with some new friends. We are trying to find a chaos gem to help with this weird problem of the different planes combining. I still don't really understand this convergence thing, but I mean, you are actual gods, so I'm sure you understand far better anyway. So far, we have found out that the local governor's daughter Isabel has gone missing since shortly after the chaos storm hit the town. It is very sad to be missing a family member like that. She has a sister, Allison. My heart breaks for her. She is an old friend of my new friend Soren's, apparently, so we are eager to help out as best we can. We looked around Isabel's room. Zara was so thorough and serious investigating for clues. She asked so many wonderfully good questions that I never thought of. She must be very well studied. It was very weird, though. She found some bloodstains on the windowsill, but she did not think it was blood. No one was worried about it at all. They said it was just mud or grease stains, but I know what I saw. I swear it. I feel much better to know that while Shaw could not see the blood either, at least he was able to smell it. He has the most powerful senses sometimes, and it can be very impressive, and today it was. He was able to follow a scent trail all the way to a hole in an alleyway near the parish ward that has been closed off because of the chaos storm. Shaw managed to force his way through into this weird tunnel, and then we found ourselves in some old catacombs. It was really creepy. We looked around and found this terrible creature. I remember an old story that my great-grandnan used to tell us about these creatures called the Thresh. It is a creature formed from animal spirits, I think unhappy ones. They form in desecrated areas. I tried to help my new friend stop this creature. It attacked us quite quickly, and I am so worried that it may be what harmed poor Isabel. You see, she worked at a store nearby the tunnel we found. I was not able to be much use to my companions in this fight, I am afraid. It seems without the rest of my caravan with me, I'm not much use for anything anymore. I am just lucky these new friends helped bring me back after the Thresh nearly killed me. They did not have to be so kind. I hope they will still want me to travel with them after this. Perhaps I can find a different way to make myself helpful. We still have to find some sign of Isabel in the catacombs to know for sure if we have solved her disappearance. I'd rather hope we haven't yet. I want to give her family some good news when we go back. And I hope my next story for you will have a happy ending. I hope that you will listen when I share it.
All right, now we're back.
All right. Hi, everyone. We're back. We're just talking about Emmy's wind-ups to attacking, like how a cat does, like the little batting.
Like the
thing.
batting.
Yeah. I hope Emmy's tail twitches as they calibrate.
Oh, when they're fighting, their fur stands out on end,
Yes!
so their fluffy tail gets
Yes.
poofed out.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here for it. Speaking of
Yes.
floofy torties, hi.
So that's one of the advantages of us coming back off those recaps is just we're talking about character things, and you get to learn little fun details about our characters. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. We are on episode 3 of WovenRealm, continuing A Song of Fractured Memories. For those of you just joining us, the wonderful... Thank you, Polynym, for the cheers there. The wonderful Clairvoyants have been making their way through Badger Creek, trying to just kind of take care of the business that they've been wanting to. They spoke to the Thresh, who had told them there's stuff in that weave building over there. And the party was like, let's go to the marina, because Constance wants to go to the marina, and Constance recovered a shipment. So the party has been, during the break, making their way back to the parish ward where we find them now. You had no problem gaining re-entry, Freya, with your permit, had no problem opening the gate for you. You passed by, the rubble of this small little building that looks like maybe it was a cottage, a home of some kind that sits next to the cathedral. And you walk back in front of the cathedral towards the ruins of the building the Thresh was pointing to you. So the walls look like they were blown out by a burst of something very powerful. And when you, do you enter?
Yes.
Okay.
Immediately.
So when you enter, it's inside's an absolute wreck, or at least whatever of inside you can get to. What was once a magic academy lies in ruins because of something terrible that came through town. And it's when you're kind of just poking around throughout the academy, you can just kind of talk to yourselves maybe for a bit.
I'm I'm just gonna kind of walk up behind Constance and not say anything and just take a look at my sword to see if it does anything.
It does hum again. And Constance is glowing green with the scales.
Do I know that I'm glowing green? Am I glowing green to myself?
Yes, you do glow green and have the green scales on your armor.
Do we see her glow green?
Yes, and you would see the effects on Shaw's sword as well. These are physically manifestations.
What is this?
What is what?
She's glowing.
Oh, and so she is. I had no idea. I mean, I had a slight. I was just all right.
yes.
Not to be weird. Yeah.
Yeah, we discovered that while I do occasionally emit a faint light, it is not normally green. But now I am green, but it is only when I am near Shaw's sword.
Hi, I'm Shaw, and this is my sword.
I know your name.
Is the sword still humming?
I mean, when I'm next to Constance, it hums. I was gonna walk behind all of y'all, see if maybe a different color happened. Like he's gonna walk next to Azara. It just
nothing happens.
I'm gonna
when
press
you walk
to
next.
digitate. The white glow on the sword.
Oh my god.
I hate you so much. Well, now look here. It glows white when I'm next to Zara. It doesn't quite hum though. And I've been around Emmy a whole bunch, and it ain't never done nothing like that. And
That is exceedingly peculiar. Would I know any arcane reason this might be happening?
Yeah, give me an intelligence-based check on your magic and knowledge of magic.
Well, not necessarily my strong suit. Got a +2 to your intelligence. Would any of my backgrounds help here?
What are your backgrounds?
Child of the Fae, Devout, and Chosen One.
Child of the Fae would probably help.
Excellent. Ooh, good roll. 21.
Yeah, Azara, you immediately recognize this as the effects of a simple, illusion type spell.
Oh, I meant the effect of Constance, but I'll take it.
Oh, what's going on with Constance? That is magical in nature. That it's definitely, when you take a look at that, that magic there is definitely divine in nature. Now the magic when Shaw stands next to Constance around Shaw's sword, there's a slight hint of divinity, but it's not mainly divinity you pick up from Shaw. You pick up some other type of just natural, innate, arcane magic.
Well, the glow from Constance is almost certainly divine. Shaw's weapon is some other form of innate magical ability that I can't recognize. And the white glow is just an illusion.
Interesting. I bet there's some dormant magic in this place. It did used to be a magician's hall.
And as you're saying that, from the rubble, a ghostly figure, a spirit, just walks through the rubble. Kind of like the same ethereal bluish green that was the Thresh vermin spirits. She emerges through this collapsed brick and wood as if the halls of the academy were still here. She's vaguely elven, as she has this wispy and ethereal appearance similar to that of a ghost, almost. Her dress looks to be made of giant butterfly wings as she approaches. Her face is solemn and sad. Her radiantly humming hair, it glows green, and it pierces through the gloomy atmosphere of these ruins. When she speaks, the animal spirits that seem to have been around you, and if you do see any animal spirits that manifest, they lie calm as she speaks. Thank you for freeing not just me, all of us, from that torturous state. We don't have much time together, but I am Viantia Bittermoon.
Hello, it is nice to meet you.
Yes. It's nice to meet others with the gift.
Oh, I am very pleased to make your acquaintance. The gift, do you mean you are also special?
Yes, sight beyond sight, some would call it. To see the world for what it truly is.
Yes, you have knowledge of the absolute truth.
Yes. I did in life.
Oh, yes, but you are a spirit or a ghost, perhaps?
I was once Viantia, a student here at this very academy.
I am sorry to hear of your passing.
Yes, well, I suppose it is my fault.
How so?
Yes, I thought it was some sort of creature.
I'm not the face of this party. Don't let me do the talking.
Well, the Chaos Storm is certainly my fault. I came up with an experiment to try and prove the reality that we can see to those who can't. And it seems that in my attempts to tap into the planar resonance through the dream time, I caused a Chaos Storm instead. Perhaps still proving my theory true, but in a much more deadly way.
I didn't know it was possible for a mortal to cause a chaos storm.
Well, we're the Weave. Well, we were members of the Weave, and, well, we did have help from an artifact of sorts.
Oh?
You do share the gift, so you'd probably actually know such things, such as, Chaos Hearts.
And where is that item now?
I'm not sure now. It's gone. But, yes, we had procured one of these Chaos Hearts for our experiment.
Where'd you get it from?
We had some help obtaining said Chaos Gem from, Dr. Crawford at the Emporium.
Huh.
And she kind of continues just floating around you, looking each and one of you, just giving you a good look as she floats around. And, like, you know, sometimes, like, the face disappears and shows skull instead and then reforms into regular face. And, like, the wisps that trail off are kind of like little rat spirits that are jumping out from the ends of her dress, as, like, the spirits of the Thresh are still kind of separating.
Well, we are looking for what the Thresh called the aberration, and we think that that might have taken some of the people that we are looking for in this town. Well, at least one of them.
Took me. If that's what they call it.
Can you describe it at all? What manner of creature it may be?
My memories of it are very, very vague. I only saw it for but a split second.
Would I have any knowledge of creatures that steal memories?
Go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
That would definitely be an intelligence roll if you've got, like, monster hunting stuff or eldritch knowledge.
Certainly not, no. Oh, that was cocked. And that was a 6. So 8. So no.
You didn't get out much of the
No.
Abbey, and they wouldn't tell you about creatures like that. That's existential and scary.
So, you died not to the Chaos Storm itself, but what it brought, essentially.
Yes,
Is
I
that
was.
what you're saying?
Many of us were trapped in here. We were working to get our way out. We were weakened, of course, by the experiments, but I felt I was responsible, and I was the last one, and I didn't make it out in time.
Soren is showing absolutely no pity on his face because it's her fault that we're doing this and Isabel is missing.
Look, I didn't want this to happen. I didn't think it could happen. None of us did. The Weave gave us their approval to do this experiment. And I thought we were going to make scientific, arcane bounds in knowledge and be able to prove the absolute truth to everyone so we could finally work on a solution for it, but I was wrong. And for that, not only have I paid dearly, but Badger Creek has paid dearly.
You're correct in that matter, and we're trying to undo what we can. Oh fuck! All right, guys, we gotta go.
Oh, go. Where are we going?
You remember Constance? It was only you. That's that eyeball that I pressed into the wall. It just opened
yes.
up.
Oh.
It just opened, so we need
my.
to check that.
Yes, let's go.
We'll be back for you, Ghost Lady.
I will not be
by
here. The Thresh's spirits are splitting, and I don't know how I, an elf, became entwined with a Thresh. Such things shouldn't be possible.
Then may the Astral Star guide you to a peaceful rest.
I don't think peace is coming for me, but thank you.
There
Hey, you
any...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask if there was anything we could do for you, or someone you wanted us to write to.
There is one thing you could do. Well, there's two things. First of all, thank you, fellow Clairvoyants, for freeing me and these animals again. Thank you. But also because you believe me. If you do see Mr. Cecil Bradley, please tell him I too will miss him. And I did love him dearly. And the last thing I ask as you leave, heed my final words. Beware of the creature's song.
I got something real quick, if you don't mind my asking.
Our time is very limited.
I understand. I pulled this off your dead body. Can I use it as the shield?
The Thresh's body is not really mine, nor anyone's.
I figured you're the closest person.
Keep it. If it means killing this creature, do what you like.
All right, I'm leaving, and I just run.
Okay.
Are you certain there's nothing we can do for you?
There's nothing you can do for me at this point. It is too late.
You know what this thing
you
does?
should go.
Okay, may the stars guide your path.
All right, one moment, please. So you begin booking it out of the out of the academy. My friend Emmy, does a 9 hit?
A 9 would miss AC,
right.
I imagine, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
AC
anything I got.
versus AC. So Emmy, my dear friend, well, and the rest of this party, because you will be seeing what is occurring. So out of almost thin air for the rest of you, Emmy, you actually you don't see it because it's trying to come up behind you, but almost out of thin air, we'll say, I'll roll a d6. This is always kind of fun.
Whoops.
Shaw, you turn around for a second, and out of thin air, it seems, this fleshy creature with this vaguely humanoid face, with this drooping long jaw and these large, just block-like teeth, kind of just appears out almost out of nowhere. It's got this like fleshy slug-like body, these like almost vestigial arms that end in these like scythe-like claws, and it's got these like tendrils that kind of just come up off the ground, out of the ground from its sluggy bottom, and it just kind of looks like it's like this pallid maggoty color. It's like if you took like, you know, my white ass skin color and mixed it with like fly maggot, let's just call it that. And its eyes are just these black pits, and it just lunges towards Emmy, and Emmy, you just like, you get like that cat sense, and you're like, wow, and jump up as this creature just tries to bite you. And then Shaw, it disappears yet again. But Emmy, it's just kind of sitting there, and you can hear it. It's just kind of letting out this.
I still see it?
Yeah, you still see it. No one else does. And Shaw, you don't even remember seeing it. So Shaw, you see it for a split second, and then
there's a
it's
thing.
gone. And then
there's no longer a thing.
You don't even remember that thing ever existing.
There is never a thing.
But Emmy, you remember this thing, and you're staring at it right now as it's just kind of swaying and just, it's like taking, it's kind of extending its sluggy body and just singing in this just creepy, just.
I want to try to lash back out at it since this thing just tried to bite me or something. I'm gonna try to like swipe at it with my glaive.
Go for it.
So Shaw yelled though. Did we?
He did.
Yell a wheel around.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Azar, when you wheel around, all you see is just Emmy running, and there's nothing there. Emmy's charging something and swinging the glaive. Nothing's there, it seems. Emmy, roll damage on that.
Yeah. Where's my d6? That's for 7, 8, 8. Yeah, because we had our level 2, right? Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead. Then you just double that shit.
Then 16.
Sweet. All right. So, Emmy, you charge at this creature, and you just kind of spin the glaive, like you do a fancy spin. You jump up, just whoosh, and you come across this creature. And you just, and then the creature stops singing, and it appears all of a sudden for everyone else. And it's just like, and let's roll initiative. I'll take us to here. All right, and I got a battle map up for us. Mysterious creatures in Zone 3 to start this fight. And then go ahead and place yourselves appropriately.
Dirty
13.
20.
Hold on. One moment. All right, who got the dirty 20?
That'd be me.
All right, what'd you get, Azara?
13.
Alrighty.
I also got a
14.
13.
All right, who wants to go first, Azara or Constance?
Azara could go first.
All right, Soren, what'd you get?
14.
All right. And then, Emmy, I'm just going to put you at the top of the order because you're the one who charged.
Sure,
So
I got
then-
a 19 anyway, so...
Yeah. I'm just going to say...
Okay. I don't know how to use Roll20 apparently, even after 3 years of playing this game. How do I put my token on the map?
So it's a matter of like really just... It's like if you don't grab the right thing, like if you grab you have to grab the text and then pull the text over, and that'll put it on the map.
There you go.
It took me
Did it?
forever to figure that out too.
Are we in zone 1?
You can be just place yourselves appropriately.
One is fine.
It also took me forever to do, don't worry, Lucy.
Yeah, no, it took me forever to fucking figure out, and I've been using this thing for years.
I forget, like, every other session.
Yeah.
3 years later, still don't know how to use it.
Alrighty, my dear friends. The order is going to be Emmy, you're up first. And then it will be Shaw, and then it will be the Aberration, and then it will be Azara, and then it will be... Well, actually, it should be Soren. He got a 14. Then it will be Azara, and then it will be Constance. Emmy, you are up first. You just smacked the shit out of this thing.
Yeah. So was that my turn, or do I...
You can take another one.
Okay, cool. Then I'll just make a flow attack.
Go for it.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, my window just, like, freaked out.
No worries.
Where did my thing go? I'm gonna use my flow attack. Let's see how this goes. Oh no, I can't see what it actually rolls.
That would be... Ooh, a nat 1. Fuck. So you...
That'll happen.
So you go to attack the creature, and it catches your glaive in its like scythe claws, and it just leans in. It's like, and it sticks out like this like long, just wormy, snaky tongue, and it kind of like licks across your face.
Ew.
And you feel like for a second, you just get all of these painful memories of these all of these different people who are almost trying, like the memory of these people is trying to escape from this thing. And Shaw, Emmy, do you have anything else you want to do with your turn?
As a benefit of missing, I'm going...
You don't get missed benefits on a nat 1.
You still don't get it? No? Okay.
No, I actually just read that the other night.
Good to know. Alright, then I guess that is my turn.
All right. Yeah, I just read that. That was my planning last night, was actually reading up the rules. Shaw, you're up. This creature is showing itself. You can see it, and you can remember it now. You remember seeing it the first time, but when you cannot perceive... So a note for the players who are not Emmy. When you can see the creature, you can remember it. When you cannot perceive this creature, you do not remember it ever existing in the first place.
Oh, fun.
Lovely.
So just role-playing notes to remember.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna. Well, I can attack it from where I'm standing, right? Or do I have to move zones?
You'll want to move zones.
Okay. I'm just
Trust
gonna.
me, because you're gonna engage the creature, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna interrupt you because you're triggering a proccing effect on your shield. You can make an attack with your shield if you like, targeting PD.
Bah. That is a
And I'm
16.
gonna need to know natural number.
A natural 16
Okay.
plus plus 4.
Okay.
So
So that'd be a dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20, and there is proficiency in this, right?
Yeah. You're
what's
fighting.
I'm trying to see what my proficiency is.
You're gonna hit. It's a hit.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that works.
So the damage that your shield's gonna do is 1d10 plus your strength.
Ooh. Don't mind that at all. So that's gonna be a 7.
All right, and you got a natural even, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you come. So Shaw, you take the shield and you hold it in front of yourself. You're like, this thing's spiky, and you kind of lowered yourself. You Gears of War like sprint towards this thing, get nice and low, and it gets center of gravity, and you barrel into this creature with the horns and the thorns on the shield. And when you crash into this creature, you just flatten it on the ground. You knock it to the ground with the power of the shield. So the effect of the shield that you have discovered here is when you use the movement action and then engage with an enemy, you may make a bonus attack with your shield targeting PD.
Oh, well, I'll Papa likes that. I can still take a regular attack.
And you can still take a regular attack. Man.
Hell yeah. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be a, what is that? 11 plus 4.
And then just let me know when you hit a natural 18 with that one.
16.
All right. So you deal 16 points of damage.
Oh no, that was the 16 to attack.
Oh, that's right. What'd you deal for the damage on the shield originally?
Ooh, that was 7.
Okay.
And for the shield, it is 1d8.
All right. So yeah, you take.
So that's gonna be 10 damage on the sword.
All right.
And I am going to use the flexible fighting style strong guard.
Okay.
And I'm going to give Emmy +2 to AC until the start of my next turn.
Nice. All right. And then just let me know if you hit a natural 18 with the stag thorn. Okay.
Will do.
All righty. With that, the aberration is up. And it is going to... Alright, so the false creature that I just almost revealed the true name of, gets to make 2 attacks in a turn. First, it will try and bite you, Emmy. That is a natural odd 20 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Alright.
And that's including the +2?
Oh yeah. My AC kind of sucks, actually.
Okay.
And that is going to be... We'll fix that, don't worry. That is going to be 6 points of damage.
Okay. I'm staggered if it matters.
Okay. So the creature just bites into you, and it's not a pleasant bite. These big blocky teeth, they thrash and cut. And then Shaw, you're gonna get an attack from one of the scythe claws here. And that is going to be a 24 to hit AC.
That is gonna hit.
All right, so then after biting into Emmy, the creature reels around, takes a claw, and you take 13 points of damage from the claw there.
All right, and I'm going to use Heavy Warrior, which says once per battle, while wearing heavy armor, when an attack that targets my AC hits, as free action, I take half that damage instead.
All right, you'll take half damage, but also because the creature got a natural 19, the Scythe Claw causes daggers to pierce your mind. You're dazed until the creature's next turn.
Oh!
That's a -4 on all attack rolls.
Gotcha. How much damage did I take?
You were gonna take 13, but you decided to take half of that, so 6.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
So you steel yourself as the creature claws at you.
I am staggered.
And when the creature claws you, you can feel like you just get this massive, just this piercing crown seems to, you feel it in your head. You can't see it, but it feels like there's just a piercing crown. And you feel as if something is like trying to get into your brain right now. With that, Soren, you're up. This weird creature is not a pleasant thing to look at. It's this fleshy thing. It's got like this vaguely human shape, and the tendrils that kind of rise from like the sluggy body on the ground that kind of like that it uses to pull itself along the ground are hand-like. But then the two claws, these like flimsy limbs that would be arms on a regular creature, end in like these scythe-like bone claws, and it's just got this weird, vaguely uncanny valley human face. That's a great way to word it.
All right. So
I
I
don't
have a
like
quick.
anything about this.
I just have a quick question. So when I re-see the creature, do I remember seeing it the last time I saw it, or is it like the
Yeah, you would
first
remember
time?
when you saw it the last time.
Okay. Then I'm going to like just kind of like rub my forehead as I'm a little confused, and I'm gonna get out my book and unchain it and swing it around my waist. And instead of casting like through the book like a bard would, I'm going to do some movements of my hand as if they were more arcane as a wizard. And I'm going to cast the cantrip arcane mark.
Okay.
And just a little mark of an eyeball appears on like the center mass of this thing.
All right, and what does that do?
Nothing. It just lets me know if I've seen this creature before.
Okay, good
so
call.
I can stop forgetting it, hopefully.
Good call, I like that. Anything else?
No, just note that it's a lot different than his normal casting.
Okay.
Actually, I do have a quick action. I'll just cast Song of Heroes as well, so everyone gets a +1 to attack.
Okay, nice.
And I will run around this building, and that's my turn.
All right, Azara, you are up.
Great. I'm going to first bless for broad effect. Soren, myself, and Constance. And then I remember the woman telling me beware of the song. So I look around, is there anything I can plug my ears with?
You got like grass around you. You might have some stuff in your pockets and stuff you could shove in your ears.
Candles. Could I stuff some wax in my ears? Odysseus
Fuck it.
style? Just
Yeah, you could Shrek it.
sick. Yeah. And then what would that count as? Is that a quick action?
I'll call that an action because you gotta get the wax nice and
Okay.
melty.
Alright,
know?
then that's my turn.
Well, also because you're doing something mechanically that is very effective, so I'm gonna call it an action.
Fair enough. Understandable.
This is the GM telling you did not fucking waste a turn. Good call. Constance, go ahead.
I would like to ready my my Halo racial power. So once per action during my turn, once per battle as a free action during my turn, I gain a +2 bonus to all defenses until I am hit by an attack or until the battle ends. And then I want to run forward and I want to put this. Can I see this thing then?
Yeah, you can see it.
Oh, then I'm gonna come around Shaw and smack it.
Alrighty.
Uh, 12 plus 5, 17 even.
That'll hit.
Okay. Where are my d10s? 8 damage.
Alright, well, okay.
Everything's fine.
Everything's okay. Everything's fine. One moment, please. Where'd that go? There we go. There we go. All right, so you said 10 damage? 8 damage?
8 damage.
All right. So you run forward and you run around Shaw and kind of like kick off one of these gravestones next to the chapel. Next to the cathedral, and you just kind of spin around with your staff mace and you smack the creature, and it lets out this wail just. And it's gonna be using a reaction to use a special move. I'm gonna be making an attack versus who all is in here? Emmy, Shaw, and Constance's mental defense. And that's a nat 1, so nothing's gonna happen. So you three kind of just stand there and you're just like, what's this thing crying about? Like that's all this thing's doing. It's just crying. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Constance?
No, that's all I think I can do.
All right, Emmy, we're back at the top of the order with you. The escalation die will tick up to 2.
Sweet. So escalation die 2. I'll make my finish attack, and Song of Heroes is a +1 to attacks.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Sweet. All right. So that's a what did I roll? Natural. It's a 13 total, which is probably gonna miss. 13
total?
Yeah.
Let me 1 second.
8. So it's an even natural. I'm just trying to see what happens when I miss.
Just getting our reference stuff up there.
So I deal half damage.
What was the roll again?
It was an 18, sorry, 13.
That will not hit.
Yeah.
So you try to attack the creature, and it kind of just like throws up one of these like tendril hands that kind of sloop along the ground. I got it. There we go. That sloop along the ground, and it just kind of catches your attack and just kind of throws it away from the creature, and it just looks over at you with its blank pit eyes.
All right. It still deals 5 on a miss at least.
All right.
I even rolled max damage. Boo.
Boo. Okay, so at this point, you've gotten a decent look at this creature. If anyone would like to, before Shaw's turn, if anyone would like to try and attempt to identify what this creature is, you may do so now.
Yeah, we've already established I know nothing about this, so.
That's fair.
I don't know if well-traveled would help at all.
Well-traveled might help you here.
Okay. Intelligence?
Yeah.
I'm using Wanderer,
okay.
And I'm using Wisdom instead.
Okay. Yeah, like an experience type thing?
Yeah. 18.
An 18?
17.
Okay. 17, okay.
It's an 18, but my int is a -1.
Those faces just tell me. All right, Shaw, you're the only one who's probably ever maybe heard about these things. You don't remember what it's called, but what you do know is there's probably a really good black coat book on this thing. And Shaw, the black coats are an order of warriors. They are actually technically, their full name is the Order of the Hex Templars, and what they do is they hunt supernatural creatures.
Okay.
So the fact that that's what you think about this creature would tell you this thing's dangerous and rare and supernatural. So anyway, now it's your turn, Shaw. Now that you kind of know more about your enemy, why don't you hurt him more?
Shaw is going to use his quick action, Tough as Nails, to rally.
Okay.
As a quick action. And what that looks like is just the wounds are starting to there's fire coming out of the wounds and they start to close.
Ooh.
And his eyes are starting to glow a bit more. And it's almost as if he's talking to himself. He goes, "It's dangerous, but it's not a dragon." And then, so he's going to heal 10.
Nice.
So we back up there. And he is going to attack it.
Go for it.
Here we go. Okay, that's a 13 plus 7.
13 plus 7. Dirty 20 again.
Not 7. It's 4, 5, 6. So 6.
Okay. So 19 still hits.
Okay. Alrighty. And now we do the damage. So that'll be another 10.
Alrighty. So you just kind of, you take your shield and just smack the creature across the head and just slash across its sluggy body, and you just hear this gushy sound as your blade finds purchase, and this blood and pussy, mucusy, gross, just fluid comes pouring out of this creature and starts glowing like purple as it hits the air.
How many quick actions could one do in a turn?
I believe it's one quick action a turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
quick action's like kind of like a bonus action.
Gotcha. Okay, just checking.
You could do 2 if you sacrifice your main action, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good to know.
All right. It is the aberration's turn, and that's when it'll just... and it just disappears from the perception of Constance, Shaw, and Soren, and also disappears from your memories. You're not even aware this creature's here anymore.
Can I ask one last question? I'm so sorry.
Sure.
Did I notice the sword humming when I attacked it?
You're standing next to Constance, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, remind me, what natural was that roll?
Ooh.
I actually do need to know that.
I believe that was a 13.
Alright, let me know if you get a natural even.
Okay.
And then Constance, you have a
Yes.
+2 to your MD and AC right now.
Oh, dope.
And you're
okay.
glowing green and your armor's scaly.
Nice.
Shaw, if you... Let me know if you try to use your breath attack. So...
Close about that.
Alright, so the creature's singing, though, so you don't even remember it existing. And, at this point, it is going to attempt to pop free from you, Emmy.
Do I need to do anything, or?
No, it's just gonna make, like, a save. It's just gonna
Okay.
make a roll. It's, what is it, like 13 plus to pop free?
I think
the
it might just be 11 for players.
Hold
I
on,
think it's a
actually.
normal save, unless I'm wrong.
It's actually a specific save, because they actually make it really difficult to disengage in this.
Okay, I thought it was just a normal save.
It is 11 plus, you're right, never mind. It is 11 plus. The creature just misses the 11 plus with a 10. So it just tries to pull away from you while singing, and Emmy, you just kind of step on like one of the schloopy arms, and so it's just kind of with that, Soren, it is your turn, but you do not remember the creature existing, and you're not even aware that it's there.
Well, I'm pretty sure I have a date to get to, so I'm just gonna... Oh, my book's open. Interesting. I'm just gonna wrap it up, chain it up, put it around my back, and start moseying towards the dancing cat.
Amazing. And if you like, then I will let you take the special action to fight in spirit if you like.
Amazing. I would love to do that.
All right.
Like, I see him leaving, and I'm like, Soren, where are you going?
Well, you saw her, Violetta. She was very beautiful. She knew my name. What do you mean?
We're in the middle of combat.
No, we're not. I'm going to my date. I have to look nice. I'm not gonna fight something right now.
What are...
Azara, I don't quite get your humor yet, but I have a feeling we're gonna be friends.
Soren, I'm not joking.
I'm just gonna keep walking. Oh, Azara. So...
All right. So I'll let so for the audience, 13th Age has a few special actions that players can take in combat, and one of them is referred to as Fight in Spirit. This is a special combat action that represents not what your character is doing right at this moment, but rather how your character has helped or inspired party members. You take this action when you're out of the fight altogether, which is rare. Perhaps your character's in another part of the dungeon or has been paralyzed. Examples. Basically, if your character's not doing anything and isn't really able to contribute to the fight, I can say, like, do this instead. Or they can ask if they can do this. For example, an unconscious barbarian might say, the fighter has watched me rage during all these fights, and now with me down, he feels a little bit of my rage coming on. And that would give them, like, a +1 to their attacks. But the first Fight in Spirit is +2 to a stat the first time each battle. So you can talk me into basically giving your ally a +1 bonus to attacks, armor class, physical defense, or mental defense. The first time each battle that someone fights in spirit is special, so that can be a +2 bonus. So basically, Soren, like, what happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Azara gets so mad at me that maybe she gets some mental defense because she's so angry that I'm just moseying away from this giant aberration eating my party.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
That she is so, her will is emblazoned.
Amazing. All right, so Azar, you will get a +2 to your mental defense for the turn. Alrighty, Soren, thank you for that wonderful turn. Azar, it is your turn now.
Who's hurt?
Emmy and Shaw.
Cool. I'm going to hold on. I can't remember what's what. I'm going to run into the next zone first.
Okay.
Step 1.
Step 1.
Then I'm going to go ahead and invoke my domain of life. So this battle, you and each of your allies can each separately add the escalation dice to a single save made by that character. In addition, you and your allies do not die from hit point damage when your negative hit points equals half your normal hit points. Instead, you die when your negative hit points equals your full hit points. And everyone who is nearby to me gets a +1 to death saves.
Wonderful. What's that called?
That's my domain of life.
Domain of life. Love it.
My invocation, yeah. And then I think an invocation is an action, I think.
That's what I had done them as, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they sound like. That
it's a
sounds
quick
like
action. It's a quick action.
Shit. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. I think it was like a less
Is it
than
still an
minute or
action?
something.
I think it depends the domain, honestly.
Yeah. And then I'm going to cure wounds. Emmy, you may use a recovery dice. That will be my turn.
Constance, you also do not remember this creature existing, and it's not there.
Oh. Well, where is Soren going? I will follow.
No, what?
Soren, wait, come back. I think I still have your bag.
Oh no, it's right here, dear. Don't worry. I've got it this time.
Oh.
Amazing.
Well, do you want me to carry it?
No, but you're welcome to come with me.
Okay.
Constance, you too may fight in spirit.
I'm trying to think how to do this. I think my pure raw anime power has just from that last that hug that I gave Emmy earlier, that gave them a little bit more oomph to go into this battle. I think that inspires Emmy to the power of friendship inspires them to keep going.
Oh my gosh. And what stat would you like to boost up here? Or attacks.
Yeah, I would like to give a boost to attacks.
Alright, +1 to Emmy's attacks until their next turn. Anything else, Constance?
I suppose not.
Alright, Emmy, it's your turn. The escalation die is now 3.
Sweet. Okay. Then I am back to another opening attack, so I'm gonna do that. Which one am I gonna use real quick? I don't know if this is even gonna matter. Yeah, sure, I'll do this one. So let's see, that's up, so +1 to my attack from Constance, and then +1 from Song of Heroes, or is that gone now that
Soren's gone,
okay,
so...
I just wasn't sure, so... I don't know how casting works. Oh shit, that's a natural 20.
Ooh, another one!
Yeah.
You know, for the hell of it, I'll just be like, natural 20s can be whatever natural number you need them to be, odd or even. Just a homebrew rule.
Okay, good to know. And that's gonna be 12 damage. That's
so double?
the double. Yeah, that's including the double.
Fuck. Okay, so we have a problem here. You just killed my creature.
Oh snap!
We have a problem here. Alright, you know what? That's what these campaigns are about, though. So, Emmy, kill this thing.
Okay.
Or don't, because you don't do lethal.
That's true. I don't really know anything about this thing, but I do know it's a creature that has actively already killed. So I think it would actually make sense for them to do lethal in this case. It doesn't seem like a humanoid sentient creature. It's something that has actively killed at least one person and made a ghost out of them. So I think you sort of watch as Emmy will like lash out at it with both of their hands, but instead of like just going to punch it, they actually have their claws out. And they just sort of like really quickly like rake across this thing's like creepy, gross throat.
And as you're doing that, the song stops, and Shaw, you see the creature rematerialize before you, and it's just kind of like wailing as it's like you hear this gurgling wail, like, as it like just begins, the flesh on it just begins melting away, and just this bubbling ooze just as the sluggy body sloops to the ground. And all that is left on the ground is like this gem and the head of this creature.
That was disgusting.
I'm like shaking the like goop off of my furry hands.
I will remove my candle wax. What was that?
That was gross.
How
Yes.
on earth did I forget that thing?
Forgot? What are you talking about? It's right here.
No,
Soren
but
and Constance walked away.
yeah,
Oh no, I knew it was there the whole time. I just
Yeah, did we like come back?
Yeah, you probably as the creature's like getting its throat slashed open by Emmy. Constance and Soren, you both brown note for a second as you remember the creature existing. You're like, oh shit, that's a thing.
Oops.
What's the crystal? I'm going to approach it.
The crystal, it's heart-shaped.
I'll pick it up. Mine now.
And when you pick it up, it kind of like, it almost as if like the parts of the gem. So it's like when you pick up this heart-shaped crystal gem, it's definitely, it looks like an anatomical heart, but the gem part, it seems to almost have like brainy folds in it. And when you pick it up, the brainy folds just kind of go, and they kind of waver.
Disgusting.
And there's also the creature's head on the ground, if you want to take a look at that.
I don't really, but I will.
I would like to make sure it's like really dead. You know, Emmy's gonna sort of examine the head with Azara, I think.
It's dead. It certainly is dead. It's got this ugly, pallid, human-like face with black pits for eyes, a really long, elongated jaw, and these large block-like teeth that are covered in blood. The scythe-like claws are just crusted with old blood, and, well, those are just kind of sitting on the ground as well. But the head and the crystal are definitely the things that you could take away from this.
I'll put the crystal in my pocket.
It's like it's like the size of like your hand, the gem. It's like it fits like in a palm. Like it's sizable.
Lovely.
I know this is disgusting, but I think we should probably hold on to this as some sort of evidence or proof or...
I agree. I'd prefer not to be the one holding it.
Okay, hold on. She'll like dig through her bag and like pull out a piece of like old like bad knitting and like wrap it up.
And you hear in the distance someone clapping. And standing underneath the shadows of the building next to you, a tiger-like Felper, finely dressed, steps forward. My, I'm quite impressed by such a feat. Never thought I'd see such adventure. I never thought I'd see adventurers slay a false hydra right before my very eyes in my life.
Hey,
is this one of those black coats?
No, Dr. Crawford, Dr. Jewel Crawford. And he holds out like this, he's got this, he's very gallant. He's got the fur out of his mustache is like in a twirled up.
Question, Alex. Where in the stage of doctorates are we? Can anybody just go around calling themselves doctors, or do they need an MD?
Yeah, is he a doctor like Dr. Pepper's a doctor?
No, he actually does have degrees. Let me pull those up for you.
Dr. Pepper's not a doctor?
Dr.
Sorry
Pepper.
to totally ruin your day, but...
What? Hold on. There is... All right, Jewel Crawford has 2 doctorates, actually. He has a PhD. He has a PhD and a doctorate of arcane sciences.
Okay,
Ooh.
fair enough. Ask and answer.
He's a nerd, that's what that means.
And he dresses in like these like, you know, these gaudy clothing, very colorful, leopard print maybe on the tiger print of his fur, like bright like orange or red or something. He definitely wears like a hat, like a sort of top hat on top of his head. Walks around with like a gold-plated cane, and he's just.
Are his paws facing the right direction?
Yes, they are. The hands are. That is an Alex question for the GM. Does the spellper's paws face the right direction?
Alex, with your hands.
Careful.
I just, no one wanted to believe that Dr. Crawford when he said perhaps there's a false Hydra in town. Everyone said, "What's that?" and didn't want to hear the next thing you have to do with it. So I'm glad somebody has some sense around here.
So
Thank
I'm
you.
a little bit more concerned with the people that it has already harmed. Is there any way to find them, or are they just gone?
They're probably gone. Meals for that beast. Well, that's what happens when you play with magic that you don't understand. And I believe you have something of mine. Looks at Azara pointedly.
I stare back at him. I don't say anything.
All right, I'll be quite clear about it. The Heart of Dreams belongs to, well, I was the one who sold it to the Weave, and I think it's only appropriate that I bring it back to my shop so it can be studied much closely.
On the contrary, it was sold to the Weave. It no longer belongs to you. The Weave lost it, we found it, and retrieved it. Fair is fair.
Fine, I'll pay a fair price for the item then.
No.
Driving a hard bargain, I see. He starts twirling the mustache. Kind of leans up towards Emmy. So tell me, what's it like being the only one to be able to see a false Hydra around here?
I did not realize that,
It's the cat thing.
I mean, okay. Oh,
We're immune to the song.
Oh, that would explain some things, I guess. And she sort of looks over to Soren and Constance, who are like, I imagine still kind of a little further away from everyone on the way back.
Oh, yeah, coming on our way back, just like,
Come with me. And he lights up a pipe. I'll gladly explain all of this strangeness to you. You're new in town, aren't you?
Oh, yes, we are new in town. Thank you very much. Emmy's still, like, covered in false Hydra blood and has, like, the thing, like, wrapped up in fabric, like, the head in her hands right now. And
when
is
you
just
go
kind of following behind.
And he doesn't walk towards the gate. He just walks towards the section near his store, snaps his fingers, and this door just forms in the wall, and he just opens it and goes through it.
All right, Willy Wonka.
No, with you coming into town and doing such things, and after observing your progress and success, that, quite frankly, I'm also surprised. I'm a little bit surprised by your first encounter with the false Hydra and you kill it. Your regular adventurers don't do that.
Thank you, I suppose. I feel a little bit bad. I'm not sure if there was, I don't know, something else we could have done.
No, if you didn't do anything, this creature probably would have ate everyone here, so you did this town a favor.
Okay, I feel a lot less bad then. Still, like, wiping the gunk off my hands and fur.
So, do hold on to that head. I know people who could make it something useful for you.
Oh, really? Like what?
There's an old bard's college that focuses on instruments most eldritch in nature. I know someone there who could turn that head into the perfect instrument.
Oh. I'm not really much of a musician, but that sounds interesting, and that's at least more useful than a head.
Yes, but the head is useful as proof. You did bring up a good point there.
Oh, you heard all of... Were you just watching?
As I said,
The
I've been observing your progress since you came to town. Dr. Crawford watches everything that goes on in Badger Creek.
The name of this bard college, sir? I haven't heard anything like this.
I don't divulge the names or locations of my business associates, my good sir. They're not easy to find, and I do not recommend trying to seek them out.
Oh, then how would I get this head turned into anything?
Well, that's where full faith, credit, and trust in yours truly comes in. See, I
don't like this guy. I don't like him. I don't like his hat. I don't like his fur. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like his little cane. I don't like the way they know things about us.
Mr. Shaw, is it?
I don't like him either.
You have a lot of questions that need answered. And I can get you those answers.
I don't like the way he just said that to me.
I agree, Shaw.
May I ask, Mr. Crawford, what precisely is a false hydra, and how did it come to be?
False hydras, well, they're eldritch creatures in nature. They're usually born in chaos storms from the coalescing psionic resonance of all the people who get caught up in such a thing, and their memories kind of coalesce into a little wormy creature. Should that thing consume enough and survive, it becomes what you thought now. And if it continued to consume, it would have started growing more heads and exerting its influence over this whole village.
Well, then it's a good thing we arrived when we did.
Yes, I would agree.
I don't like him.
You don't have to like me, but I'm the only one who knows what the fuck's going on around here. So, if you have any questions that need to be answered, he kind of tips the hat with the cane. I'll be in the shop, and I do have some fine wares for sale that each of you could find pretty useful in your travels.
Oh, thank you very much. I know I appreciate the information at least.
Yes, and he lifts the hat to show also he's got the ear with the showing he's in exile too, to Emmy.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm sure it's nice to have a fellow exile's company once in a while. And he puts the hat back on. As I said, if you ever need me, I'm at the Emporium, unless I'm on business, of course.
Of course, well, thank you very much. It was very good to meet you.
Nice to meet all of you as well. And, show that head to the governor. I'm sure he'd pay a fine penny for the creature that killed his daughter. And he just walks away.
Soren just kind of like slips a dagger down into his hand and then just kind of puts it away when he leaves.
I check my pockets. Chaos Heart's still there?
It's still there.
I don't trust this person.
I think Emmy has not met another exiled Felper since their own exile. So I think they're just like flabbergasted like from the moment that he does that and walks away.
Everyone, I need to go tell the governor.
Would you like us to come with you?
Yes, I think that's appropriate. He promised to pay you all right. I don't know.
It feels wrong to accept payment if we couldn't save her.
I am not so worried about payments, but if we have this proof, maybe it will help bring some closure.
Alrighty. So the lore entry that I have here, that you would get from Jewel Crawford's cryptic meanings, strange creatures born of the memories of people who die in a chaos storm or dreamquake. False hydras are poorly understood. This is due to a mix of their rarity as well as the growing danger they become as they mature, making them difficult to document and study. What is known by steam priests, scholars, and dreamweavers studies is the psionic resonance of people caught in a chaos storm or dreamquake coalesces to create a fleshy worm-like creature that lives in dark places that feasts on tiny and small creatures. Should it survive the larval stage, the false hydra can grow large enough and in latent psionic abilities, turning into an existential threat for any community it infests. The creature is named the false hydra because as it feasts and matures, it will eventually grow up to 7 heads on long necks. They are creatures of pallid, clammy, mucus-covered flesh with an uncannily human face with an elongated jaw, enlarged teeth, and dead pits where the eyes would be.
Lovely.
The other terrifying ability of the false hydra is the ability to consume the memory of their victims, removing their existence from the consciousness of those who can hear the song. When you can't even remember the victim even existing, you cannot discover what killed it. Masters of manipulation and stealth, the false hydra is able to torture its prey, sowing discord, distrust, and paranoia wherever it lives, making its hunt even easier as the population of a town turns on itself before realizing too late what truly is amiss. Things to note about them. Stories do say that cats are not affected by their songs. cats can see through their illusions. So, so you got the you got your stuff, and it's actually late at this point now. It's pretty late in the day, and you approach the governor's manor.
Climb up to Allison's window like I probably have before.
Okay, and Allison's very happy to see you, and she's, "What have you learned, Soren?"
I have every reason to believe that your sister is dead.
And Allison she's kind of speechless for a moment, hand over the mouth. The breakdown begins, and that's when you probably have to catch her, hold her in your arms, and comfort her. And she's kind of just, as she's, in her despair, she's asking, like, how do you know this? How is this true? How could you know this to be?
I'll give her the rundown, including the parts about Jill Crawford telling us what the creature is.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Crawford did mention eldritch creatures to Father, but Father laughed him off. Maybe he should have listened to him. Maybe Crawford isn't just the weird trinket salesman we think he is. He is a doctor, after all.
Don't blame your father for this. He could not have known.
How could I not have known? Isabella must have known with those journal entries.
There's no use thinking of what could have been.
You probably should go tell Father. He's gonna need to know this, and I'm sure he'd want to thank you for keeping our town safe.
Sure. Should I go downstairs? Probably.
Yeah, it's probably the best route to take.
All right. I think we'll be in town for at least another day, so I'll come and see you before we leave.
Please do. That'd be very nice.
All right. I'm gonna vault out of the window and just take the fall damage because I'm pissed.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
And then I'm gonna knock on the front door when I've regrouped with the party.
All right, so you enter the manor. It's late now, and normally they wouldn't be taking visitors, but Allison comes down, lets you into the house and everything, and she takes you to the governor, who's kind of in that room you were in before, and he's just kind of relaxing. He's reading a book, and he puts the book down, sets down the glass of wine. Judging by your solemn faces, I'm guessing you don't have good news for me.
No, Governor Strong, we have every reason to believe that Isabella is no longer with us.
Yes, strange. Only not very, a few hours, an hour ago, maybe at the most, I couldn't help but feel like there was a fog that was lifted from my mind, and I came to the same conclusion you did.
So I'm sorry that we have solemn news. I don't like losing people.
Yes, and what of the parish ward?
I'll look to my friends to explain that.
Safe. There's a creature known as a Thresh in the cathedral. It's gone now.
I've heard of those. I wouldn't imagine a Thresh just, I guess a chaos storm could cause such a thing.
Seems the chaos storm caused a great many strange things here.
Is that what you're gonna...
Yeah, and he will just sort of step between everyone with this big old bloody thing, be like, it was not the Thresh that we think, did all of these things, but we did manage to stop the creature that was. And I'll sort of drop it on a table for him.
And they, Allison obviously, but the governor, he remains stoic when you kind of just drop a dead creature. This is probably not the first time someone's dropped a monster's head in front of him. He's a governor of a town. That's an ugly bastard.
It's really gross.
What is that thing?
I believe it is called a false hydra?
Oh. My old friend Sigismund told me about these things. Nasty creatures. Of course. Well, thank you. I owe you.
You owe us nothing.
No, you have proven yourself valuable, and you've saved my town from an existential threat. I can give you the traveler's cottage. I can reach into the vault of treasure and grab you something. What is it that you'd like? I can give you money. What is it?
I can't accept payment for this.
I insist, as a queen's governor, the queen would insist that I reward you for your efforts. Fine then. If you don't want to be paid, I will make sure your names are positively spoken about in court.
I'll take some payment. I really don't mind.
All right, a reasonable fellow here. He did
it for the good of the town for the most part, but.
And he just sticks a pouch of silvers in your hand. It's got some weight to it too.
Governor,
200 silver for your trouble, sir.
Oh my God! I mean, thank you, sir.
Governor Strong, I don't want payment for this either, but it would be nice to hang on it somewhere comfortable for a while.
And he reaches back, grabs a set of keys. The traveler's cottage is yours as long as you stay in Badger Creek. And anytime you come into town.
I'll drop him off before we leave.
All right. It is hard to think about losing dear Isabella. I should have listened to Mr. Crawford, Soren. I should have.
You can't blame yourself, Governor. There's parts of me that would never, ever listen to Mr. Crawford.
Yes, well, seems only fair, right? Well, I hate to force you out of my home after everything you've done, but I think my daughter and I, Allison, we need a moment with everything.
Yes, as I told Allison, we'll be in town a few more days if you need anything.
And before you go, hold on. And he kind of gets up and he walks over to a cabinet and he opens it up and he pulls out a helmet. The helmet, it looks like a Crusader's helm, but instead of like a regular top, it's like got a lion's head on the top of the helmet, and it's got like a mane. It's got like a mane that is like kind of built, like put into the helmet to make it look like this lion's mane. You can even like lift up the visor to show your face in like a lion's jaw. This helmet here was kept at the cathedral. The priests. They said it belonged to an old crusader, the Lion-Hearted, and I think it's only appropriate, since you restored the Lion-Heart's light to our town, that you have this helmet. And he kind of just extends it, it's in both his hands, and he extends it towards you guys, towards you all.
Does anyone here wear a helmet?
That'd be me.
Okay. I was going to suggest that you got that. It does not hum or turn green around me, does it?
And he just kind of he's shoving this helmet in your grill, like, I don't look green.
No, the glowing and all that has stopped for both of you since you left the parish ward.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna take out my sword and put it next to Constance.
Oh,
normal sword.
That has stopped as well.
Uh-huh. Look at that. I guess we just had our moment in time.
But I do glow ever so slightly, though, so this was not entirely unusual. But do not be alarmed if you see me glowing again.
Thank you for your kindness, Governor. We'll leave you and your family to your rest.
Thank you for what you've done. Badger Creek will never forget it.
May the Astral Star be with you.
And may the Archon's light guide you.
Are y'all having a prayer off? Is that... Or was that
I
the
think
response?
Emmy's like shushing Shaw, and Emmy's like, okay, time to go.
I'll start shepherding everybody out of the room. Let's go. It's time to go.
Sorry for your loss.
Let's go now. Let's go.
It's totally not the first time.
Alrighty.
Right? I
Alright,
think Shaw's
shut
used
up,
to
shut
that.
He's
So-
like, oh, I did the talking thing again.
Eat is fine.
All right. So before we end, I want to do one more thing, and this is gonna be like a.
Of course you do.
Always.
This is gonna be an off-the-screen thing, something the players are unaware about. Well, not the players, but the characters. This is a narrative moment.
Mm.
We cut over to Mr. Crawford in his shop. He's in this shop, it's got all kinds of magic items everywhere. He's in the back of his shop. He's puffing on a hookah. He's got the hat off. He's opened up the jacket. He's laying casual, kind of like, swinging a scimitar casually in the air. And then he kind of, he sticks his hand into the ashes of his incense and throws them into the air and slashes them in a specific pattern that's like resembles a lightning bolt. And then it kind of opens up. And you don't see who's on the other side, but he says to someone, he's like, "All right, Sierk. Looks like it's not gonna be easy to get our Chaos Hearts back. I think it's time we start to move on Shiva Delve soon." And that's where we will end tonight.
Woo!
Chris knows who that.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 3 of WovenRealm, which took a very unexpected turn for me as a GM, as the party ended up killing my boss monster on the first encounter instead of the third. So, whoopsie daisy, things happen.
Systems.
It'll just come back stronger.
I was
Right.
tempted to do. I was tempted to do
Phase
music
2.
swells,
This isn't even my final form.
but we're not gonna do that.
Swells.
We're not gonna do that just yet. We're gonna save that for later boss.
It's
fights.
alright.
So thank you,
You got
everyone.
a sweet slow clap from the shadows in.
Yeah,
We
we
did.
got every Wednesday, so no worries.
So more fun to come here on Wednesday, Woven Realms, Woven Realm Wednesdays. More fun to come. It'll be interesting to see where the story goes because I have to start coming up with more of it already. Thank you everyone for joining us though. This has been so much fun so far.
You mean you don't have enough story in your 300 pages of campaign notes?
I was planning on spending more time in Badger Creek, but that time got cut sadly short on accident.
Hey,
So-
I gotta meet with that lady still. We got time.
Oh, we do have
We
time.
have free housing here now, so.
True. So what we'll do is we'll go around, and I want, instead of plugging, just mention the channels where we can find you. Because instead of plugging, I want to hear what's going on inside your character's head at this moment during this adventure. And we'll start with Noir.
Ooh. Hello. Shaw is very upset that something played with his memory again. And there's a level of fury that he's uncomfortable with that's bubbling in the surface, especially because whatever this was, this thing that he couldn't remember, it wounded him to the point where he started to tap into that thing that's in him that he's not quite familiar with. So there's a lot going on in his nugget that he doesn't like.
All right, and where else can we find you, Noir?
You can find me over on Roll20 on Mondays, where I produce and play in Kids on Bikes. Then on Tuesdays, you can find me over on Bard and Barbarian, where I'm playing the zombie outbreak game Dread Rising. And on Mondays again in the evening on Critical Misses, where I am running my game Kingsguard. And yeah, that's me for the most part. If you want anything else, look at my timeline. Look at my pinned tweet.
Yep, that's what I tell everyone nowadays. Sam, what is going through Emmy's little cat noodle right now?
I think Emmy is concerned and sad, because she's also searching for a missing person unrelated to like this instance, but it's pretty depressing to find a different case of a missing person ending in finding out that they've died. So she's feeling pretty mellow about that right now. And she's also conflicted, I think, but also excited to have met another exile for the first time since becoming exiled herself. So that'll be an interesting talk, I think, sometime with Mr. Crawford.
Alrighty. And where can we find you? Here?
You can find me right here. Yeah, this is pretty much where I live. I'm going to be doing a new Masks podcast with the folks over at Protean City Comics soon, so keep an eye out for that. And you can follow me on Twitter at TheSamWisest.
Nice. AJ.
Hello, I am AJ and I live here and I make our overlays. So Constance is still thinking about Sister Tranquility being missing, and while Constance is worried about her physical safety, she's also worried that that Sister Tranquility might have abandoned Eternal Trust, and
Woof.
so that she's definitely thinking about once they settle in for the night what she's going to tell Mother Superior, and that's pretty much it. Like she's thinking about what her report to Mother Superior is going to consist of after everything that happened.
Okay. And where can we find you?
I already said that. I did it backwards. But hey, if anyone noticed, we have art on the overlay now, which is a courtesy of the fantastic Lucy, who is next up, I believe.
That's correct. Great segue.
Yeah, it's bad thoughts. The bad thoughts in Azara's head right now. First she's very sad. She's quite upset that she wasn't able to save Isabella. Because, she's lost family, and she knows what that does to people, especially losing them and not really understanding why. So that's not great for her. And she's also kind of terrified now, because this is skirting a little uncomfortably close to following in her mother's footsteps, and that's not great for her. And she's scared, starting to think maybe she wasn't ready for this. Maybe, well, obviously the abbess didn't make a mistake, but maybe she's gonna let her down, and that's terrifying to her.
That stings. Oof.
Yeah, it's not good times in Azara's head, and she's now that she's gotten the Chaos Heart, she's like, okay, well that explains why the Astral Star did not answer me. This was what was supposed to happen. We needed to find this Chaos Heart. We're serving a greater purpose. But it's still upsetting to her that she couldn't serve that greater purpose and save Isabella. So, it's bad thoughts. It's bad times.
I gotcha. Where can we find you in the world?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bluebird Draws, and TikTok at LucyBlue66. I just made an art fall. It's called Bluebird Draws. You can and me here every Wednesday and every Thursday and Saturday on Fat Dragon Gaming.
Very nice. Chris, what's Soren thinking? And,
Yeah, Soren's really mad. He's obviously mad that he wasn't able to save somebody that he had somewhat of a relationship with. And then under that, he's honestly more guilty that he didn't actually care that much about these people. Like it's kind of like that combination of like, well, they know me, they like think highly of me, but like I don't really care that much. But now that she's dead, he cares. So it's like one of those shitty feelings.
It's complicated.
Yeah, so he's angry first at himself for not being able to save her, but more so for his own lack of care.
Gotcha.
And then you can find me here. I'm not doing anything else besides this right now, really, but that'll probably change when the summer months start to hit us here shortly. Maybe I can run another game if I have time, so stay tuned.
Whoop. And finally, I am Alex. You can call me Mr. Puddins. That's where you can find me. I haven't been on Twitter much because real life has been in the way of things. I will say, as a GM, sometimes your plans will go sideways, and that is fine because we roll with those punches, and sometimes your players will kill the boss monster in the first encounter instead of the third.
Your first mistake was giving it stats.
Yes, if you give something stats, be prepared for it to die. What really killed it was the fact that it failed that disengage check by 1. Because if it disengages, it's going to just burrow and sloop away. And then it was just like, nah. And then the die was just like, not today. And I'm like, the dice have spoken. The gods have decreed you shall die today, false Hydra. I'm sorry. And I mean, sometimes you make a lot of those split-second decisions as a GM, and you do it, and it's fun. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So join us next week for the next episode of WovenRealm. Same time as always, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Yes, time zones are hard. And I guess if I had to describe what a character was thinking, my character, who is not on the screen right now, but was referred to tonight, we'll see if anyone picks up on that. He is probably thinking at the moment that he's not meant for great things. So that'll be interesting when the party meets him. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. We will be back next week, and until then, do check out the sponsors if you enjoy 13th Age. We have that coupon code, and keep your peepers peeled for a potential giveaway. So anyway, we're gonna go raid some friends. You all have a wonderful evening, and until next time, stay classy.